Good morning, everyone. This 25 questions was your surprise test. I gave you time for 2 days. Many of you have sent me the test. I'm very happy with your response. Thank you very much. I hope all of you understood this chapter, the pronouns. Let us discuss the surprise test. If you have any doubt, please ask me personally. Let us begin. Complete each sentence with the appropriate pronoun. Complete each sentence with the appropriate pronoun. Here, if you see in the box, there are the pronouns given in the column. Subject pronouns singular, subject pronouns plural. Here, I, you, he, she, and it are used for one person singular. We, you, and they are used for more than one person plural. एक से ज़्यादा अगर है तो उसे हम प्लूरल कहते हैं और अगर एक इंसान है इफ़ इट्स वन पर्सन वन प्लेस वन थिंग वी कॉल इट सिंगुलर नाउन राइट and more than one person, place, or thing, we call it plural noun. Let us have a look in the exercise. Complete each sentence with the appropriate pronoun. Number 1. Now, the things, the words given in the brackets are the noun which we have to replace with the pronoun. Okay? So, in the blank, we have to use the pronoun for the noun given in the bracket. Joey, Joe, Scott, and Bob went hiking on the mountain together. Joe, Scott, and Bob went hiking on the mountain together. Here, we are talking about more than one person, right? So, we use they. Okay? When we are talking about more than one person and someone else, we use they. They went hiking on the mountain together. Number 2. My Aunt Jane likes to watch scary movies on television. Now, many of you have done the mistake of considering this as two people. My Aunt Jane. Here we are talking about only one person, that is Jane. Okay, and Jane is my aunt. It's my aunt is just showing the relation between me and Jane. Jane मेरी आंटी है. ओके, माई आंट और जेन दोनों अलग अलग नहीं है. जेन इज़ वन पर्सन ओनली. माई आंट इज़ जस्ट शोइंग द रिलेशन बिटवीन मी एंड जेन. Okay, so it is one name only. My Aunt Jane likes to watch scary movies on television. So, aunt is a female, a girl we are talking about. So, we will use here she. She likes to watch scary movies on television. Number 3. Nick and I have a favorite restaurant in town. Nick and I, here we are talking about two people. One is myself and the other is Nick. Correct? I already explained this many times. I repeat myself. When we are talking about more than one and the one person is ourself, myself, then we use we. Right? Nick and I. I'm talking about my friend Nick and आई मतलब माई सेल्फ, अपने बारे में बात कर रही हूँ. करेक्ट? निक और मेरा एक फेवरेट रेस्टोरेंट है टाउन में. सो आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट माई सेल्फ एंड माई फ्रेंड निक. जब सेंटेंस में हम अपने बारे में भी बात करते हैं तब हम वी यूज़ करते हैं. ओके, टू मेक इट मोर सिंपलर, जब नाउन में आई आता है तब हमें वी यूज़ करना है. एक नाम किसी और का होगा और दूसरा आई होगा, तब हमें वी यूज़ करना है. नंबर 4. The neighbor's car has a very noisy engine. The noisy engine किसका होता है? गाड़ी का, right? So we are talking about the car. The neighbor's car. पड़ोसी की गाड़ी के बारे में हम बात कर रहे हैं, right? So neighbor's car, we are talking about the car. For a thing we use it. It has a very noisy engine. Number 5. Jenny and Fatima wore heavy coats to school because of the rain. Jenny and Fatima wore heavy coats to the school because of the rain. Here we are talking about two people, Jenny, Fatima, right? More than one. So what we should use? They, right? We use they. Especially they is used when we are talking about more than one and someone else. जब हम एक से ज़्यादा लोगों के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं और किसी तीसरे इंसान के बारे में, किसी और के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, तब हम they यूज़ करते हैं. Next, the little old lady walks very slowly with a cane. Now, here we are talking about the lady. Little and old are the adjective and adverb used for the lady. Okay, the little old lady is just describing how the lady is. But here we are talking about one lady, one person. So, she walks very slowly with a cane. Adam's grandfather retired from the US Army 4 years ago. Adam's grandfather retired from the US Army 4 years ago. Now Adam is name of a boy. Adam's grandfather यानी कि Adam के दादाजी. Apostrophe S shows that we are talking about Adam's grandfather. Grandfather किसके हैं? Adam's के. So Adam's grandfather is just showing the person about whom we are talking. So ultimately we are talking about grandfather. हम उसके दादाजी के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, वन पर्सन के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं. एडम के दादाजी यूएस में आर्मी में 4 साल थे, फिर रिटायर हो गए, राइट? सो एडम के दादाजी. सो वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट वन पर्सन. वी यूज़ हियर ही. ग्रैंडफादर, इट्स अ मैन we are talking about. So he retired from the US Army 4 years ago. The blue notebook contains all the notes from science class. The blue notebook, we are talking about one thing, so we use here it. It contains all the notes from science class. The pens and pencils belong in the cup on the counter. Now here we are talking about things, not one thing, things, right? Because it's plural. Pens, pencils, एक से ज़्यादा चीज़ें हैं, right? और अगर एक से ज़्यादा चीज़ें हैं तो हम they यूज़ करते हैं, right? They belong in the cup on the counter. Your Uncle Peter works for a large company in Europe. Uncle Peter, again one person, so we use he. And Uncle Peter is a man, so we use he for the man. He works for a large company in Europe. The Andersons were our neighbors for 7 years. Now here many of you got confused. Andersons is the surname used for the whole bunch of family. Okay, for example, my name is Avni Bhatt. ठीक है. अब मैं अगर बोलूँ बट्स वेर आर नेबर्स फॉर 7 years. So बट्स मीन्स आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट द होल फैमिली, राइट? इट्स जस्ट द सरनेम दैट वी यूज़ टू एड्रेस द होल फैमिली. जैसे बोलते हैं ना पटेल्स, मेहताज, राइट? दिस इज़ जस्ट टू शो दैट वी आर टॉकिंग इन होल अबाउट द होल फैमिली. ओके, सो एंडरसन्स, द एंडरसन्स मतलब ये सरनेम है और हम घर के सारे सदस्यों के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, किसी एक के बारे में नहीं, पूरे सदस्य. एंडरसन्स फैमिली मतलब कि एंडरसन्स में जितने भी लोग हैं सब जो एंडरसन है, जिनकी सरनेम एंडरसन है, वो सारे लोग वेर आर नेबर्स फॉर 7 years. Okay, so Anderson's is just a way of addressing people by their surname. It's not a person, it's just showing that we are talking about people in group. So here we use they. They were our neighbors for 7 years. Amanda Sanderson is the prettiest girl in school. Now, some of the words, some of the names given here are American. Mostly they are American. कुछ नाम होते हैं जो हमको पता नहीं चलता कि ये लड़के का नाम है या लड़की का नाम है, राइट. बट अगर आप सेंटेंस में देखोगे तो यहाँ पे लिखा है ब्लैंक इज़ द प्रिटीएस्ट गर्ल इन स्कूल. Correct? So we are talking about the girl, correct? So obviously Amanda is a girl. So for girl, what do we use? She. She is the prettiest girl in school. The boy wearing red scored the most points in the basketball game. So the boy wearing red, we are talking about a boy. So we use here he. He scored the most points in the basketball game. The small girl is the youngest student in the class. Again, it's a girl, so we use she. She is the youngest student in the class. Your parents live in a beautiful home in the country. Your parents. Remember one thing, we are talking about parents. Not mother, not father, but both of them. जब हम एक से ज़्यादा लोगों के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं तो क्या आएगा? they live in a beautiful home in the country. The green apple will be ripe in a couple of weeks. One apple, the green apple we are talking about, so we use it will be ripe in a couple of weeks. The sweet oranges are on sale at the grocery store today. Oranges, remember we are talking about things, right? Not about one orange, but oranges, more than one. The sweet oranges are on sale at the grocery store today. So here we use they, right? जब चीज़ें अगर एक से ज़्यादा चीज़ों के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं तो हम they यूज़ करेंगे. They are on sale at the grocery store today. Sally and Jeff rode on the fastest roller coaster yesterday. Sally and Jeff rode on the fastest roller coaster yesterday. So Sally and Jeff, we are talking about more than one, right? दो लोग हैं, एक से ज़्यादा है और किसी और के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं हम. So they rode on the fastest roller coaster yesterday. Now you and I can carpool together to the meeting. Now I am sure that you know the answer, correct? जब किसी और का नाम आ रहा है और साथ में I आता है, हमारे बारे में भी बात कर रहे हैं हम, तो क्या आएगा? Yes, correct. We आएगा, right? We can carpool together to the meeting. Timothy Johnson wrote a book about space travel. So Timothy Johnson, you can write here, he wrote a book about space travel. Next, the city of Tokyo. City, again, it's a place. So for that we use it. When we are talking about a place, we use it. It is the capital city of Japan. Melanie and Susan got fired because they were late to work. So two people, more than one, we use they. They got fired because they were late to work. My friend Susanna was honored by the principal at the assembly. Susanna is name of a girl, so we use she. She was honored by the principal at the assembly. Your parents and I, we use we. We got to know each other at the party. Your parents and I. Again, remember, जब किसी और का नाम और I आता है तब हमें we यूज़ करना है. We got to know each other at the party. Our cousin Kenny just graduated from high school. Again, I'm telling you, many of you made mistake in such kind of options. Our cousin Kenny is one person. Our cousin सिर्फ हमें रिलेशन बता रहा है कि कैनी जो है वो मेरी कज़िन है, ठीक है. दो अलग अलग लोग नहीं हैं. आवर कज़िन अलग, कैनी अलग, ऐसा नहीं है. आवर कज़िन आगे लगाया है, सिर्फ हमें रिलेशन बता रहा है कि कैनी कौन लगती है हमारी. कैनी हमारी कज़िन है, ठीक है, अंकल की लड़की या ऐसे, राइट. सो कैनी जस्ट ग्रेजुएटेड फ्रॉम हाई स्कूल. कैनी, अगेन नेम ऑफ अ गर्ल, वी यूज़ शी जस्ट ग्रेजुएटेड फ्रॉम हाई स्कूल. I hope all the answers are clear to you. If any doubt, please tell me. Okay? Thank you and have a lovely day. Take care of yourself.